Hi, I'm Bob Cohen, publisher of the Cohen Report. I'm in Rochester talking to the 2014 Upstate New York SBA Lender Conference today, November 5th, the day after the election. But I wanted to bring in Todd McCracken, the president, CEO of the National Small Business Association out of Washington, D.C. Todd, big change yesterday. The first question out of the box is it going to get better? What's going to happen to small business Main Street?
Well, I'll tell you what, things can't get much worse, so I'm pretty optimistic that things might get a little bit better. The election, obviously has put the Republicans in control of both houses of Congress. They don't have 60 votes, however, in the Senate with what they really need to do big legislation. But I do think that now both sides have an incentive to work together in a way that they didn't have an incentive before. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not sure I'm ready to the point of predicting it yet, but I'm somewhat optimistic that we could see some progress on some things, like extending some key tax provisions more permanently, like maybe getting back to regular order on our spending bills, for instance, and maybe even having a deal on some international trade and some other things. But what I think is really key is at this time when we see the Fed, ending their quantitative easing program, is we're making sure that that the business community has confidence in the faith and credit of the U.S. government, and we've got to get a handle on our long-term fiscal picture. And if they can see a return to regular order, maybe we can get to that.
Todd, what I appreciate about your organization representing Main Street is you are nonpartisan. You just want things to happen well for Main Street. My issue is 2012 election. Both sides of the aisle were singing the praises of small business. If you did a small business popularity poll, small business owners would be off the chart on approval ratings. How is it going to be different this time, I hope?
I hope so, because they talk a good game and then do nothing for small business in reality, as you know, and it really hurts us in a lot of ways because it not only deeply frustrates small businesses, but you talk to the typical citizen and they naturally assume that Washington has done all kinds of things for small business because they talk about it all the time, and they're shocked to find out that in fact precious little has been done to really help propel small businesses forward. While I don't think that's fundamentally going to change, I think what small businesses really need are some common sense approaches and people to work together to get to the right answer and not just continue name calling. And I'm a little bit optimistic that can improve.
Give me one or two takeaways, one or two things that you would like to see happen right out of the box.
Well, first off, I think getting together on the tax extenders, I think would be a big boon, and I think there's a lot of room to do some things that the Republicans would think of as being big victories on health care that the president and the White House can live with, and if truth be known, they would think probably were actually improvements to the law as well. So I actually think there's some room to actually improve the health care law. I hope they do that sooner than later, because the longer they go, the more the wheels will come off a little bit.
Todd McCracken, the president and the CEO of the National Small Business Association out of Washington, D.C. Thanks, Todd.